All right, here we are. Good afternoon. Welcome, welcome. Okay. So first thing, don't forget, if you are in Empower Bookkeeper Network, we have a live call today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure that you submit your questions for the live call to askkristen.net. That's the best way to submit questions because that goes right into my Slack channel and will make sure that's the feed that I use when we do our live calls. So again, if you're an EBN, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, check your email or the Facebook group for the link. If you are hopping on this call, can you just let me know that you can hear me? Because I know I was messing with my settings before I started, and so hopefully you guys can hear me. So it's really interesting. I think I've told you guys before that I do a lot of listening for my continuing education and when I want to learn things. And so this morning I was listening to some videos from a program that I'm in, and she was talking all about brain science. And I love stuff like this. I love learning about behavior and brain science because it really helps us understand why we do the things we do. And I know a lot of people come to me, you guys are inboxing me, you're emailing me, and you're saying, listen, I really want to do this bookkeeping thing, but I just cannot get myself to complete things. And I don't understand why. I've tried other businesses before, I've tried bookkeeping before, I've tried other courses before, and I don't finish, or I don't do what I'm supposed to do, and I can't figure out why. And ultimately, a lot of you say, I'm a failure, right? And here's the thing, it's not you, okay? It is the way that your brain is wired. And the good news is you can actually increase your chances of success by understanding how your brain works. Okay, and so that's what I want to talk about today, because it doesn't matter if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to start a business, if you're trying to learn new things, if you're trying to get a college degree, whatever the thing is, this will work. Okay, this technique works. Typically when I'm talking to women, and I ask them, do you celebrate your wins? They always tell me no. No, I don't have time. No, I don't have the money. No, I don't want to. No, I'm not. No. And I'm going to tell you why celebrating your wins is critically important. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Just let me know, because there's a bunch of you on now, so I'm assuming. Okay. Let me know if you're here. Okay. And if you're watching the replay, let me know if you're on the replay as well. So here's the thing. This is why this is important. And if this is resonating with you, if you're like, oh my God, I'm that person that I feel like I can't create new habits, I can't reach the things I want, let me know, okay? Because I think this is going to be really helpful for you. So we have this chemical in our brain called dopamine, okay? Your brain loves dopamine because dopamine makes your brain feel good, okay? So when do we get dopamine? You get dopamine when you get a like on a Facebook post, when something new pops up in your feed, when you have chocolate, when you eat something that's really, really good, when you accomplish something, when you check something off your to-do list. Okay. How many of you are like, yes, I love checking things off a list? Okay. The reason for that is because you get that little hit of dopamine. Okay. Sometimes like when you're watching Netflix, okay, and the next episode comes on and you hit the button and you're like, yes, we're going to watch another one. Right. And the dopamine, and you're like, yes, your brain is like, woo, woo, woo. I love that. I love that. Right. So what happens when you're trying to start a business? When you're trying to start a business, you set the goal. Okay. The goal is like, I'm going to get a client. Okay. And we had our book club last night, and our first book club, we're reading Profit First as a group. And we had so many people show up, and it's awesome. And don't worry if you missed it. Listen, if you're in EBN and you missed it, we recorded the call, and it was super, super good. Okay. Sorry, that just like took the focus off of me and put it on the book. So we did that, and it was great. It was awesome. And so somebody shared that they just got their first client, super, super excited. It was a huge cleanup. Like when people found out the amount, like their jaws dropped. They're like, oh my God, that's amazing. And so, and it's funny because we're all like, woo, woo, and the dopamine was flowing and everybody had the dopamine going, and it was amazing. And it was so awesome on the call. And so super, super excited. And, but it's funny, but for most of us, right, we set that like getting clients, making money, that's the goal. And so we don't allow ourselves to check off the boxes until that happens. And so when you're just starting out your learning, or just setting up your business, or just whatever the thing is, right, whatever you're trying to do, you know, even like, let's equate this to weight loss. A lot of us say, okay, unless I hit my weight goal, right? So I want to lose 10 pounds this month. And until I lose 10 pounds this month, I'm not going to celebrate anything. Well, your brain's going, you know what, this sucks because we'd really like some dopamine. We like dopamine. And you know how we could get dopamine? If you eat a cookie, or if you go watch Netflix, or if you open, if you open Facebook, or if you go delete some emails, and every time you delete an email, get a little hit. Let's go do that. Don't work on your business. Don't work on your course. That's no fun. We want dopamine. And so unless you develop ways to have little wins as you're going and give your brain the dopamine that it wants, you're not going to make progress. And so that's why one of the things that we did in Bookkeeper Training School is we just released a bonus about maybe a month ago that's called the Loop Marketing Strategy. And the Loop Marketing Strategy is all about closing loops. And every time you close a loop, that's a win for your business. So every time you go out there and you make connections, that's a win. Every time you go out there and you book a call, that's a win. Every time you decide, you know what? Yeah, I'd like to work with this person. That's a win. When you send a proposal, that's a win. And so every time those little steps are happening, those are wins. So the win isn't just about getting the client. Okay? Because if you cannot motivate yourself with those little wins, okay? And I know this sounds really crazy, but if you don't motivate yourself with those little wins, you're never going to get the big ones. And so if you're like, hey, today on my list, I was supposed to connect with 5 people and I connected with 5 new people, that's a win. Woo, woo, woo. And we're going to celebrate that just as much as we celebrate getting the client. Because your brain needs that. And you need that in order to get the clients. Because it's awesome. Like I'm telling you, the dopamine that was flowing in the room last night, okay, we were talking about that big client for somebody, unbelievable, okay? But we have to make all of our wins like that. And when you do that during the day, what you're going to notice is all those thoughts and fears and things that are pushing you away from your goals, those are going to get quieter. Because you're sitting there going, ooh, I made the connections. I did that. Oh, I got my Facebook post scheduled. Oh, I'm going to the networking meeting. And you celebrate all that as progress, as wins, you are going to make so much more progress. You're going to wake up in the morning and your brain's going to go, girl, get to your desk. Let's get some of those dopamine hits. And I know we're going to get those from working on your business today. That is going to get you motivated to keep going. And so celebrate everything. Celebrate everything that you do. I don't care if you just take a second and you just say, you know what? I did it. I did it. And smile. Give yourself a high five. If you have not read High Five Habit by Mel Robbins, that is such a good book. We will put the link in this after the call is over. I'm telling you, you have to give those wins. Have to. If you want to be successful, it is super important to get your brain on board with what you want to do by giving it the dopamine it wants. All right, I hope that this was helpful for you. Let me know how it's going. Let me know what you are going to turn into regular celebrations so that you can keep going on the path that you know you want to be on. All right, guys, I have to run because I've got calls all afternoon, including, remember, 2 p.m. if you're in Empower Bookkeeper Network, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, our weekly Q&A call. I'm so excited. I've got tons of questions that are already flowing in. Go to askkristen.net to put your questions in for the call today, and I'll see a whole bunch of you at 2 p.m. Eastern. Take care. Bye.